Uh, all right, guys, it is Cloud Island. We got special guest Hex the Trash Panda. He's here. He's not. I don't know. Anyway, it's Cloud Island. What's your opinion on Shellbeat?
Wait, what? Wait, who?
Shellbeat.
Oh, you mean the one who killed Cigarab?
I can't tell if it works in the song or not.
Here's the thing. I think Shelby on Cloud Island shouldn't have existed because it's the crazy verse plays the same verse that Krillby plays and Dromedary, I mean not Dromedary, Ziggurat plays. It's like all the quiet monsters play in that verse, and then it's just the loudest drum solo ever on this super calm song. Like like literally Drumbler, okay, its main track, it's cool and probably it's like really helpful to the song, but Drumbler could have pulled that off. It's like people like, bro, what about the beats, who has fatter beats than Shelby? Ziggurat, so they could give Ziggurat another track.
Shellbeat just kind of.
Island, he's already on Cave Island and he's the best on there, so like he just seems kind of counterproductive on this island.
No, yeah. Of all the percussions, why Shelby?
Yeah. I mean, it's just like. It feels like Shellbeat was only added so that they could kind of push away from kind of atmospheric and soothing. They had, like, because you have all of the monsters, and they realized they gotta add more, so the song couldn't stay peaceful forever.
But I don't think Ziggurat was like if you didn't have Shelby, I feel like Ziggurat would have been enough in order for the song to not be peaceful but upbeat.
Yeah, I'm not saying they did it right, I'm just saying that's probably the reason.
Yeah, and even then, I think it's more interesting to try to do a peaceful song because, like, try to name a single time BB has tried to done a calm, peaceful song that doesn't, and then they added that happens to be an island where Shelby's on. Like, you could say Water Island Shelby's there, Gold Island Shelby's there.
When I download new update with Shelby, I'm faded away.
He is. Shelby just kind of doesn't work.
Hey, on the other hand, some people might like Shelby. Some people might like the song with Shelby.
Well, I mean,
Just,
yeah. He's got good moments.
some people just prefer that percussion in the song.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like not even the percussion though, it's the fact that he just takes the spotlight off of everything just to play a sick, snazzy snare solo.
Yeah, it's a sick solo, but it just like it's he's good like with his other track. I think his other track is just good as just extra stuff, and his solo is like it's a cool solo, but it's like we're judging it based on in game, and in game it really just does not work well. Like in the soundtrack, they like switch around where things play and mix it better, and it works better, but in game it's just you're listening to the song, you you get yourself a 4 element Krillby, and then you get Shelby, and it's like, wow, I got monsters level 15 for no reason because Shelby invalidates that monster from being audible.
You know, we talk about Shelby, but we gotta say the one that he killed.
And that is
Ziggurat.
Octopus.
Nah, we'll get to Octopus in time.
Man,
I don't think
Cigarab.
Toejammer's on this island.
Shut
I
up.
mean,
Shut up.
Okay, I'm
You
sorry.
don't know anything.
and
You're right.
Cigarab was doomed from the start of the game when it came out. When no, like I could hear it sound was audible back when I downloaded DOF, but like when I saw Cigarab's animation, I like couldn't tell what he was playing. Then he was on Cloud Island. Yeah, you could tell him. And then the updates came on, and then Cigarab just goes down the drain. Fairy Island.
Yeah,
Ziggurat's had a really not clean track record as a monster.
he's sick on Cloud, but also he kind of does almost completely nothing. It's like it was very minimal before, then like the game updated once, And literally, if you don't get a Zigrab on the sound, no one's gonna notice.
Yeah,
But then
he's.
the redemption came on Party Island.
Oh yeah, I forgot Zigrab's on Party. I don't remember what he does on Party. Oh wait, yeah, I do.
And such a concept for Sigrab though.
Zigrab just kind of like, I don't know. I really like Zigrab as like a monster and as a concept, and I really like his sound. It's just like he got cucked.
Yeah, fuck you, Shelby. You killed.
We
It's-
need more attention for Sigrab.
It's the when Mofix killed Truckus, but it's Shelby killed Zigrab.
Everyone in the comments, hashtag justice for Sigrab.
Dude, I would get justice for Zigrab. I would make that a thing if there was any potential for Zigrab to appear on the next island in like the next year. But
Yeah.
Zigrab's
But you gotta wait
pretty
20 weeks.
Zigrab's pretty checkmated at the moment. There's no possible way for him to be on a new island unless they do a new island on Dawn of Fire, which they're not doing.
Anytime soon, at least. Yeah. Zigrab's cool on Cloud Island. Well, as cool as it would be for us to be able to say Zigrab's great,
I agree.
perfectly just working together to tear him down.
Hmm. Alright, who should we talk about next? I don't have a funny transition.
It's obvious. The one that plays at the Dandy Do part.
And to do.
Oh, you're right, Pango!
You're right, Dromedary.
No, we were talking about Dandy Do, of course.
Ah, Dandidoo, fuck Dandidoo. I hate this thing.
What? No, I think Abed has to unload because I know his opinions on Dandy Doo.
Alright.
I personally think Dandidoo is probably like, it's probably my least favorite monster on this island because like, I'm one of see, as an olden player, I've gotten the privilege to like hear the songs before and after every update and see how they've changed. And the Cloud Island structure, the way I've always viewed it, based on because like I've listened to it for months and months this way, but before Dan to do, what would happen is it'd be the intro, it'd go into the verses, and then for the octopus part, instead of it just being like a a Dandidoo verse, it just feels like one big verse. It's Dandidoo comes in, then afterwards Octopus comes in and Pango, then Dromedary comes in, and that's the verse. But before it was like a bridge at first. Like originally there was a bridge before it because it was a little Wallaby solo that I really loved. I thought it was just really cool. Just have a small time, all the vocals leave, just Wallaby to just appreciate it. And then after that, Octopus came in and took melody, and I thought it was great. And then Dandidoo came in, and it took away the bridge, and then it took melody from Octopus because it's a lot louder than Octopus. So I like what it's going for, but I just think it's really bad overall in the song itself. Like,
It was executed horribly.
yeah, like for example, like in the soundtrack, not soundtrack, in the what's
Medley?
it called? Yeah, in the medley, Dandidoo is probably the best thing in that entire song. Like one of the best things.
Yeah.
It's really well done there in an orchestral manner, but in the song itself, like it just does not work on a vocal. I think that's its biggest downfall, being a vocal.
Dude, you know what would make Dandidoo great on this island?
If it had a
What?
duet that made none monks go do 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 do.
Yeah, exactly. They gotta add another monster to that verse, like a new fire
Yeah, because I
monster.
definitely want Octopus to be cooked even more.
No, then the monster leaves for Octopus to come in.
Yeah, but Dandidoo's still there. I think what the play would have been, Dandidoo should have gone to Cape, and it should have been a different monster that does Dandidoo's melody, but on an instrument. Like, imagine if that was the pizzicato. I think that'd be a lot better.
Oh, we
Imagine
can't talk about the pizzicato now.
Imagine
It's
if
not
anything.
even a leak.
Imagine if anything was the pizzicato at this point.
Yeah, pizzicato exists.
Man,
Anyone-
fuck
anyone who
Zigrab.
made-
Justice for pizzicato.
Anyone who made a Cloud Island cover on GarageBand replaced every sound with a pizzicato.
Exactly. But yeah, the point is, I don't know how others feel on Danzadu, but for me, like just based on how I interpret the song, I feel like Danzadu in game with like it being just the way everything works, just kind of completely destroys the ideal structure of Cloud Island in my mind.
Yeah, I agree. It's not my personal least favorite monster, but I think it is
And
awful.
man, is there like any like new manga that was added to Dawn of Fire that like did something good
On
to
Cloud?
Cloud Island?
No,
No.
literally not at all. Well, Sneasel actually. Sneasel is probably one of the best monsters on Cloud.
We're going to
Is that
Snyder
our
now?
transition into Snizer?
Yeah, bro, I'll talk about Snizer. I love Snizer.
Yeah,
Sneasel on Cloud. Listen, honestly, before listen, recently I had a conversation with someone and they said, "Bro, I think Sneasel is the best monster on Cloud." I was like, "Whoa, I never even considered that." But like, I just thought about it and like, imagine the song without Sneasel. He does so much and he doesn't need to, but he's just so busted on that island.
Yeah, but I
He's
think
a base.
it's like
Listen.
it's calling Snizer the best is like calling Chorister the best. Like, yeah, it does a lot, but in the end, it's like it's just chords.
I guess you can say that Snyder is the best carry monster on that.
It definitely is the most carry monster.
Oh, guys, that was supposed to be Suza like Strimes did.
No,
Wait,
No.
I just realized something.
What?
what?
When Prismatic Snizer comes out, everyone's games are going to be completely overflowed with bass.
You just reminded me of the time I like just base boosted Cloud Island and it was just literally Snyder sound only.
Dude, Snizer's great.
And the day BBB added that sub base,
I
that was
can't
the best.
wait until they vote Oasis so that I can contradict that statement.
Oh no, we gotta go with Space Island first so we can talk about that one.
You know what? Let's just enjoy Cloud Island while it lasts.
Yeah.
While it
Yeah,
lasted.
Yeah, Snyder, he does his job well done. He's like one of the better ones that were added new to Cloud Island.
The second Snizer comes in, he doesn't stop playing for like the entire song.
That's a
Yeah.
good thing. Sometimes it can be like that.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd personally consider him my like the best on the sound, but like he really is one of those monsters that like the moment you get it, the song cannot work without him. Like
Yeah.
even Octopus, because of like I don't agree with it, but the song can function pretty well without Octopus just because everything in that verse is already super loud. But like you remove Snyzer and it's like someone giving birth and taking away their child.
Yeah, that's so true. Too
Alright,
bad.
we talked about one monster that plays through the entire song. We talked about another monster that plays through the whole song. Now, I want to talk about the original monster that plays throughout the entire song.
Incisor.
No,
Get
that's
outta
not the
here.
original one. I want to talk about Woolabee.
Let's go.
I've heard
Easy number one. We gotta say that right now, right?
nah.
Listen,
I feel like
the-
there's a competition, but
Listen, here's the thing.
it's hard to vote. It's hard to like rank Woolabee.
Yeah.
Woolabee is Cloud Island.
It is
Cloud-
Cloud Island, but there are-
I've heard mixed opinions on Willoughby. I've heard some people say they're not a fan of Willoughby.
But how?
I don't understand
they
it,
just
but
don't
I've
like
seen enough
simple.
people. I've seen enough people think it that makes me like he's definitely like I think he's OP. I think he's amazing, but I don't. I feel like there's definitely something to be discussed about it to like see why I've seen so many people be like, not a fan of Willoughby.
I think the biggest complaint is just that it's kind of like repetitive in its own way.
The sad part is that's like the only like big like moment of the song, like the big carry.
Because he's it is a loop, right? Like it's just a
No,
loop.
it's not. No, it's not a loop. It's a sound font. I know,
It
trust
is?
me. Yeah.
I
was.
always thought Willoughby was just a loop that they pitch shifted.
Oh, I remembered a certain person who I saw not say showed me the sound font, and yeah.
Oh, well, that
Was
definitely
it
changes it in my mind.
Lorenz? Lorenz is definitely a monster handler.
You're right. I bet you would know. You are also one.
Yeah, I'm also Diane's son.
Here's the problem with Willoughby. It was the main show for MPG, and MPG's bad.
Yeah,
There's no
I was
Willoughby.
going to actually say, honestly, I feel like a lot of people's issues with Willoughby is just kind of the stigma around the monster itself now.
And I feel like if it's something like that, that's when I don't consider it. I think Willoughby is overall he carries the song, but I can definitely see like it's one of those things where Dan you came in took away his big solo, which is what I think really made Willoughby for me. Like he plays out the entire song, and then he just takes a single moment to like get to let you really appreciate him before he goes back to the background, and then that turns into appreciating Dan to do shaking her butt in your face.
Oh yeah, it's animation, but we're not talking about Danger. We're talking about Willoughby, and that animation is something too.
Yeah, he's chewing, bro.
Yeah, Willoughby is definitely like compared to what Willoughby can do, it's definitely like somewhat lessened because it's a lot simpler. But I don't think that's a bad thing. Because since it's meant to just be, Willoughby is basically the base of the island, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, other than Snyder. Okay, listen, Willoughby and Snyder, mwah, mwah, Sufi.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
play together really well because Snyder adds the actual like bass tone, and then Willoughby makes the bass line more
Willoughby
complex.
Fills the air.
Yeah, Willoughby's just like that.
Those two together are like the best thing on the entire island.
Alright, but gosh.
Individually, I don't think they're both I don't think they're as strong individually, but together they are like literally the best thing on the island.
Yeah. But guys, we're saying that Willoughby might be the best, but I think we forgot that Fangler existed.
What?
Oh, I remember Fang. Oh,
Hey guys, remember when Fangler was OP?
yeah,
No,
and
I
then
mean,
he
yes, but
never
once.
was again for like 3 years.
No, literally after Dawn of Fire came out, that Fangler just fell on the ground. Back in the
Yeah, but
butt
then he
for
grew
Fangler.
legs, and now he's on Bone Island, and then he swims.
And then he becomes rare and has arms and blah, blah, blah. But Abed, as you're the Fangler guy, what do you say about Fangler?
Yeah.
I've heard mixed opinions on Fangler, and by that I mean I've heard opinions that weren't the opinion I had. I've heard plenty of people say they like Fangler, and it's a mixed opinion to me because I personally think this is one of Fangler's worst islands. Like, it just feels like because Fangler as a baby is one of the most melodic monsters. He has a beautiful voice singing away, and then on Cloud Island, like it doesn't feel like he even has a melody because it's like dissonant almost. Just like with like the echo overtaking everything, I just really don't like it because instead of taking melody, he's just basically background noise.
He's like glorified chording.
Yeah. He is noise, but like not noise to like barely be listenable noise. He's just
He's
noise
not
of
like
the island.
Bon Appetit noise. He's more like
Like
Rubber
atmosphere.
Island.
Octopus
with
Psychic Island noise.
It's like the like atmosphere of like that verse.
It's like the worst Fangler verse, but that's only because it has the other Fanglers to compare to. It's the worst Fangler thing because it doesn't do what Fanglers should do.
Yeah, Fangler is 100% a melody monster in my mind. So having him just be like auto just like turning on the auto tune button, turning on the echo button, and saying not once and just letting it go for like 3 minutes. That's not a good Fangler in my opinion.
Listen, I used the delay effect. A vocal with a delay effect could work, but I don't know what in Big Blue Bubble's mind said. Let's just not use the delay effect.
It's like
It's because they also drench it in reverb.
They just coded it in reverb, echo, and again, it's like they just went into a big room, took the bouncy ball to the sound.
There we go.
Here's the question: did Fangler worked when like the island just first came out?
Bet it
And Tweedle was from day one. I remember Dinofire came out, and for me, the two biggest murdered monsters were Boskus and Fangler, because the both of them were sick, sick on the continent, and nothing as adults. And they
Ooh.
both went to Cloud Island too.
We should talk about Boskus.
We
Listen,
should.
Poor Boskus, man. Poor
This is easily
Boskus.
Boskus' worst island, honestly.
We're in the back of the bus. Like you see him in the continent, he's like, "I'm funny. Listen to my sound," and you're like, "Oh, that's funny." Then he goes on Cloud Island, and he's just, "Whoop! I'm not here."
I've
I like on the continent. He's like, I'm funny.
Listen,
He
I
is
don't-
because the way
I've
he
always
just-
described Boskus on Cloud Island as being like anxious. He always the way the animation moves, the way he sounds, it just looks like he's trembling, and he's like, anxiety is overtaken him.
Oh, poor
He's
fucking baby.
he's dying.
Oh, Boskus.
I don't know how he goes from being like literally like the most hyperactive, energetic baby monster. Like you look at his baby face. That man literally climbs on walls and up ceilings. And then on Cloud Island, he looks like he just took LSD and is having a bad trip.
The
He's
fact,
Brian in that one episode where he
And-
takes so much.
the fact with the thing they did with the folk was like the most creative thing ever. Just
Yeah, he's
you know,
just chords.
the potential all the way. I have to say.
Let's take the freaking lip flubber monster and make it chords. That's a great idea.
Hey,
Yeah.
can we have a new island that's Boskus solo island, please?
Is Boskus gonna be on Sousa?
yes.
Oh, please make us good.
Listen, here's the thing. You've heard my theory of what Sousa Island is going to be. That's why I have really high hopes for Boskus on that island.
I really hope they do it well.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Boskus on the best way. Boskus is like biggest thing is that like I think he's the most MSM sounding monster on the continent because it's just so silly and quirky, but it also works. It's like really rhythmic, like, and that's just the big thing that carries it. It's just the rhythm behind it. And then afterwards on Cloud Island, they just make him the most basic rhythm ever, just playing 4 times and just doing chords. And it's like it doesn't feel like Boskus at all. It just feels like a waste of a monster. And you teleport from it, like, wow, that sounds bad.
Here's my question: how would you fix Boskus on Cloud Island?
Put it
him
on Party.
Island.
Yeah.
Wow, what if Boskus should have been an early game monster, like an early update monster, like a new update with Boskus? That would be like a really hype update.
I don't know,
for-
because when I heard Boskus in like the original Dawn of Fire trailer, I was hype. Like that alone made me hype for the game. Just hearing a freaking lip flapping
Perfect game
monster.
monster.
One thing I was hyped about was just like during the when Glau like was flying in the gameplay trailer, I was like, holy shite!
You gonna fly?
Fly?
I don't
No
know.
monsters have flied before.
I don't know why I was just so hyped about that.
Anyway, yeah, Boskus is like Ziggurat. He just got done dirty.
It pains me to just see my man Boskus like that. I'm being honest, Boskus, with the potential of Boskus, he's the favorite fire element monster.
Oh, I can understand that 100%. Boskus is OP. Like as a monster.
Alright, but you know who's really OP?
Who?
Actually, I don't know.
Oh my god, this list.
Listen, here's the thing. We're talking about some of the OG Dawn of Fire monsters. So let's talk about what, in my opinion, is the most OG of OG fire monsters. Like the original, the one and only quad in the base game, and one of the best quads in
Oh.
Dawn of. I consider him the fire quad, Flumox.
Dude. I love
I
Flumox.
feel like Flummox is the whole reason why they made the island. I mean, just listen to him.
Flumox,
Yeah.
such a shout out to
Pat.
Flumox. Yeah, I was gonna say shout outs to Pat voicing one monster. One monster's all he needed, and Flumox is just the spawn of that, and it's great.
I consider. Listen, here's if the outer islands like were islands in MSM1, but like if the outer islands were fire islands, Flumox would be the Cloud Island quad, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I consider him the main monster on Cloud Island, the main attraction. He is just a big deal. And that's kind of what makes it sad since he's like kind of quiet compared to others.
Here's my problem. Oh yeah, the focals. There's more.
That's true. He kind of gets dicked on by the very loud
And here's
things.
the problem. It's not like the new monster's fault. It's just the old monster. Like you had Frumble, you had Waddle, you had Tweedle.
I
They're
remember.
kind of guilty.
I remember when
Not at the same
Flumox.
time because of them.
I remember when Flumox first came out, and like a lot of people were comparing it to Wisp.
Oh yeah, because Kumbaya yo, and then away, away. That's why people were comparing it.
That's boring.
It is boring, and it's a huge disservice to Flumox since it really just like makes the verses it plays in.
Hey, at least it's two OP monsters.
That's true. In fact, some people could say that the other one is the most OP monster in the entirety of both games.
You know what I don't want?
What?
What?
You know how people are theorizing, oh, bro, since the other quads and the quints don't have islands yet, there's gonna be a 15 island, 15 monster island with only the quads and quints, and then
Yeah.
we're gonna have Flumox with not Pat's voice and probably Dave's, and it's probably gonna murder it.
Oh, that's the biggest issue with Flumox. Like, it is the only monster that is completely in purgatory. It's almost impossible for them to make Flumox and have it work again.
Gonna bust gets Fairy Islanded.
Now, you know what they're gonna do with it? Instead of having it say Kumbaya, they're gonna make it go ooh.
Yeah, I definitely can see that happening.
I
Just
say,
boring meditation.
I say, Mox is high up there too. You have the monsters that are like just like faded out by other monsters are like probably the OP ones.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's fair. At least he doesn't get outshadowed by anything bad. He mostly just gets buried by the good stuff.
Here's a little life hack. Just
Yeah.
report a bunch of Flumox. What are you teleporting? Frumble? Nah, dude.
I don't know, bro. I think Thrumble's kind of worth it.
Oh yeah, because I love Frumble.
Dude, I die for Thrumble.
I don't know. I always had mixed opinions on Thrumble on this island because you have Continent Thrumble, which is like this is Thrumble, and then you have Cloud Island Thrumble, and people fuck with it. I can't.
Okay.
I can't.
I kind of exaggerated. I used to fuck with Cloud Island Thrumble, and then I heard Bone Island Thrumble, and I'm like, bro, what were they doing with Cloud?
I mean, it works for what the song is. It's definitely a Thrumble thing, but like, I don't. It's just the voice. I wish it was Continent Thrumble because that's what I feel like a Thrumble should be. But I can see why people are like, bro, Cloud Island Thrumble is the shit.
Because he's the intro monster when he wasn't the intro monster back then.
I'm just willing to give Thrumble the attention because I feel like Thrumble is one of the most underrated monsters.
Listen, I
Yeah.
can listen to Frumble all I want, Cloud Island. I feel like Cloud Island is like also Frumble. Like Frumble has to be in Cloud Island.
What other
Big-
island does he have?
Bone. That's it.
Yeah, and Bone. No one even talks about Thrumble on Bone.
We
Because
will.
because they're like
people won't
they're
hate. I like Thrumble. It's
Yeah,
not
he's
the
sick.
it's not the best. It definitely isn't the best in that verse since the thing that comes in after it is pretty much the verse from that point forward. But what he does in the song and what he attributes, you know what? I think it's worthy of it being included in the song. It doesn't negatively impact it in any way, and it's definitely something you focus on for the time that it plays until something comes in to make it not the focus point. And that's pretty much all you can ask from a monster, and he slides into that spot perfectly.
And now, listen, we talked about Flamox and Thunderbolt. Let's complete the Cloud Island trio, the OG. I consider these the OG Cloud Island trio, and that's my not man Waddle.
Hey, remember what? Remember when Waddle was kind of good?
Waddle's OP on this island, in my opinion.
Oh
you're
yeah.
you're right, because
Waddle's
right.
super peppy on this island. It's like, it's such a fun rhythm.
And then certain
Oh.
again.
Angler.
Okay, no, you know who's... Waddle is OP, and it's even more OP in the medley.
Oh yeah.
Replace Swallow with a xylophone. Yeah.
Dude, honestly,
Xylophone.
we should just... Cloud Island is great, but Cloud Island medley is like literally the best thing BB has ever made.
And the soundtrack. I will give credit to the soundtrack.
Oh yeah, and then what? Does Waddle do the same thing in the soundtrack?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Waddle. No, yeah, Waddle. No, the song doesn't even start with Frumble. I think.
Yeah, the
I think-
song
Yeah, the
starts
song
with
starts
the
with,
shell beat.
cigarette.
It no, it starts with
Shelby
like drum.
solo, then Thrumble comes in.
No, it starts with shell beat. Then you hear the full beat fades in, and then suddenly with like Waddle.
Snyder.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, I'll save the whole soundtrack thing for later, for when we talk about two other monsters.
I remember
And I
at
think
the very beginning of Dawn of Fire, like the very, very beginning of Dawn of Fire, when songs would just start at random points based on what monsters loaded in first.
shout outs to
Usually, the first monster that would load in would be like Octopus or something, so I always thought that was the beginning of the song, and then Waddle was like the midpoint of the song.
for me it was just like the last end of like Drumpler, and then it just does da 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 da. That's what happened to me, and I was like, bro, OP.
But
All right,
I
but
can
this isn't Continent.
I definitely can say that Waddle works way better at the beginning of the song.
Yeah, I'm just this Waddle pass, because the new Waddle is just no.
Yeah, this is pretty much the highest Waddle.
Even my categories.
This is pretty much Waddle's highest point, except for the fact that it's not because Continent.
All right, well
Yeah.
let's just check something.
Oh
Okay,
my!
since we're sealing the deal with the OGs, I guess we should seal the deal with like Octopus.
All right, I'm down. Octopus is great. I think it's the best monster on Cloud Island.
Listen, I'm a big time Octopus fan. Best two elemental, and I say this Octopus is the most octopus you can get.
I think this is the best Octopus in the main games.
Yeah,
Well, in Dawn of Fire, yes.
I think it's even like MSM1, MSM2, Dawn of Fire, whatever. I don't care for. Not for Core Legend. I'm not willing to make that argument. But, like, between these two games, this is, like, literally the best Octopus. And it is so good. And then it gets fucking cucked by Dandy-Doo.
It's the only octopus that does something.
Hmm.
And that's because that's what makes it OP, is when it does something.
Yeah.
This
It's also
Octopus
the-
is sick.
It's
Well,
also
It's
the
got a
only
really good
octopus.
melody rhythm.
It's got a great melody. It's got a great rhythm. The notes are placed perfectly. It does everything it needs to do. It plays well with the other monsters. Like, you can't get better than this.
Oh, then you put Pango on top of it.
Bro, I bet 90% of the people who are watching this forgot Pango was on Cloud Island.
Yeah.
We'll get to
That's
him
why-
eventually. We'll get to him eventually, though.
Which is why we should talk about Tweedle.
What?
We already talked. Oh wait, no, we didn't.
Oh, we did.
Oh,
It.
yeah.
But you see, because Pango's a bird and Tweedle's a bird, so it makes sense.
Oh,
But
you're...
but
But what?
Quilby's also a bird.
Who?
It's okay. It's
Who?
okay. No, we can't say that name.
We already said it like 3 times.
Are we
We
still?
already
Are
broke
we
our
going to
bed.
talk about Tweedle, or are we still on Octopus?
Tweedle makes Tweedle. Shout outs to this Tweedle being what Tweedle should actually be.
Yeah.
Still not great though.
What do you mean? You need a better Tweedle.
I can't because this is the best Tweedle, but it's still not great because it's Tweedle.
That's a lie. I think this is peak Tweedle, and it is what Tweedle should be because
Oh,
it
it
is
is
soothing.
peak Tweedle. It's just
It
still
is a
Tweedle.
soothing Tweedle, which should be the actual Tweedle. You don't listen to this Tweedle and be like, God, please stop singing like every other island it's on, because whoever voiced Tweedle in this game, not Continent, but whoever voiced Tweedle in the Outer Islands on Cloud Island, bravo to you. You did a good Tweedle.
Yeah.
Honestly, at this point, we're so far along with like the Cloud Island develop-wise that I just can't get behind Tweedle because everything else that plays there is just Tweedle but louder.
Listen, here's the thing. I think that means that all those other things are worse. Cause
They are worse, but
Yeah,
by
I don't
proxy
think-
it makes Tweedle worse since you can't hear it anymore.
well, listen. I think it's fair to say that Tweedle is good on this island. It just gets cucked because they decided to turn their calm song into a loud song.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm looking at the list and there's so much things that I'm just ready to tear apart.
And I'm just saying, when I lived in Cloud Island first, Tweedle was my main attraction. That's all I'm gonna say.
Dude.
Listen, Tweedle is the secondary main monster because Flummox is the quad and Tweedle is the single. It just Tweedle is the main melody of the main verse.
Yeah. Too bad Entbrat exists.
And that's good.
No, you can't say Entbrat's good because
He's not
Entbrat is
loud,
supposed to be
yeah.
loud.
Should I explain the story?
What story?
The story of Entbrat and Dawn of Fire Cloud Island.
Is it the
Or
story
should-
where he got depressed or something?
I wouldn't say that. Well, that was one of the stories, but the true story was people were like, "Grr, I hate Entbrat. He is not loud like his Plant Island and Goat Island self. I hate this monster." That was what people thought back then. And then it's like over the months, that was like just faded away. Everyone was like, "Oh, Entbrat, he kind of cool."
Yeah. I remember he came out, people were mad at him, and I was like, bro, y'all stupid. That's the point.
I
He's
feel
the
like
loud. It's the most MSM thing ever, though. I really like it. It's not the best in the song. It's a good counter melody to Tweedle. It's quiet Entbrat, and it's just stupid. It's not Entbrat, but it's not Entbrat on purpose, which is why I appreciate it. It's like Entbrat. It's not like Entbrat being forced to be quiet. It's Entbrat being like, oh, I'm always this loud screamer. I'm gonna try to quiet down and whisper, and it's just like, it's like got personality to it in the good way.
Yeah, you know
in the
what?
good way.
You know what? I'm being honest. I was one of the people who were like, "Grr, Entbrat."
Listen,
but
I
then
vibe with Entbrat. I feel
I'm
like
being honest.
Entbrat was like the most backlashed monster when it came out. Like, I can't think of a single monster that got a harder backlash than Entbrat on
Clamble.
Cloud.
Clamble and Train.
Oh, those are
I
good
think
ones.
Clamble got way more.
Or Cybob.
Oh, that's also a good one.
I
And-
definitely Clamble got more still.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Nothing beats Clamble. Or Congo comes close though.
I was about to point out Congo too, but this Entbrat solid.
Yeah, it's not the best Emperor, but that's because it's not capable of being the best Emperor. You don't need to be the best on every island to be good. It's just
Alright.
a nice, solid counter melody to Tweedle, kind of weak in game due to the fact that it always plays at the same time, but like it has the sauce. And if you do the right thing to do with your life and listen to the soundtrack, where they make it come in after Tweedle,
Hey.
it's
I
cream of
support
the
Cybob
crop.
sound- Yeah,
Dude,
I'm supposed to explain about the soundtrack thing.
what do
Now that we
Punch,
No.
punch.
listen? I think Aunt Brett does a way better job at duetting with Tweedle than a certain someone.
Pom pom.
man,
Inside door.
it can do it better with Tweedle on
You know what?
Cloud
Actually,
Island than
I'm
Gold
I'm
Island.
down. Well, I'm down to talk about Pom Pom now.
Shake it to the left. Shake it to the left. Shake it to the left. Shake it to the
Pom
left.
pom is literally nothing in my opinion. It's not terrible unless you're in the soundtrack where they make it play 7 times in a row. But it's not great either. It's just there. It's just
dropped my water
filling air, and I don't. Normally I'd be like, whatever, but I feel like I disagree with it being on this island because it simply just doesn't need to be here. It's already on space. It's already on party. It's a lot better on both of those.
That's because that's the iconic monster, so it has to be everywhere.
Tell that to Furcorn.
And Mammoth, who's only yeah.
Friggin' Pom Pom though. Pom Pom is like the
Funny at the same time.
Pom
I
Pom
don't
is
hate
like
it.
the
I don't-
only monster that's worse in the soundtrack.
Okay, guys, here's how you fix Pom Pom.
Remove it.
The seasonal suddenly comes to Dawn of Fire. Hula goes on Cloud
Ah.
Island, and then you have Palmer going saying "Sig it to the left." Hula then say "Sig it to the left," and yeah.
That sounds actually awful and killing myself moment.
Well, I did my job. I did my job right.
Listen, here's the thing. Hula can only go to Cloud Island if she moans.
You know what? You're right. You got. I'm down. I agree with
Listen,
that.
now here's the thing. I think we should talk about what, in my opinion, is the most underrated monster on Cloud Island because it doesn't do much and people don't like.
No.
People just don't think about it.
I think we have to save that one for last.
Yeah, we're doing the thing.
We're saving Pango for last.
Oh.
Yo.
We should.
We really shouldn't.
No, I thought you were talking about something else. Okay, we'll talk about. You know what?
Clogging the chat. I can't.
Who else? I'm looking at this and there's only garbage left.
Die, Pommy, die.
Pommy
Okay.
is not die. Okay, we'll talk about Pango. Pango's pretty swag.
People, listen, no one talks about Pango, and like, I don't blame them because you don't really notice it existing. But I think it's sick on this island, honestly. Like, because it's just like it you really. It's just does Octopus's like main thing. It just does Octopus's rhythm, but on percussion to like really accent Octopus, and I think it works really well.
Listen, I can't hear Pango because whenever I think of percussion in that verse, drumming.
She doesn't come in right away. Pango's playing like before you get like a verse to listen to Pango before Drummer comes in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a moment of virtue. And I just realized it didn't. I think yeah, this is like Scup's Air Island level, but not Scup's Air Island level. Because like unlike Scup's, you can hear the Pango.
Ugh.
Yeah, you can hear Pango, which is why it's Pango's best island.
Just like any other islands that like you can hear Pango on.
There's also the fact that Pango actually fits the theme of the song this time. So Clavinet.
and Pango, and unlike the other islands, Pango
Castanets.
isn't just copying the rhythm.
I mean, he is copying the rhythm, but he also kind of like extends the rhythm.
He is doing his own thing at the same time. When I see Octopus, I'm like,
Listen.
and then when it's Pango, it's
Pango is just like, yeah, he's good, but at the same time, good luck remembering he exists half the time.
Listen, I love these small. Listen, I'm just saying this right now. These small percussion like castanets and woodblocks and like gyros and stuff. Those like, I love those percussions. I think those just gives me like a little happiness to a song. So Pango, it's just there and he should be there because he makes me happy and it's Cloud Island. I should be happy.
I'm not gonna argue saying Pango's the best monster on the island because he isn't. But I think it's a crime that people are like, bro, Pango on Cloud Island, he doesn't exist.
Yeah,
and then just leaving it at that. When it's like, bro, he does exist though. When you notice, I think he's once you learn to appreciate him, he's one of those monsters that you don't remember exist, but then you remember like, oh, bro, I forgot they had that little cherry on top. You know, that just makes it. It's like you order an ice cream and you see that there's also a cherry on top. Oh, bro, I'll take that. If you don't like cherries, then you're stupid.
I don't like
you know,
cherries.
guys, I'm sure I'm wrong, but Pango might be the best percussion on this island. Like,
Hold
not
on.
Shelby.
Yeah, that's where you're wrong because Incisor is actually the best.
Ryan, listen,
Oh.
I like to keep things PG, but honestly, seriously, from the bottom of my heart, fuck off.
Listen, I agree with Hex. Pango is easily the best in percussion of the town because every other one either is awful
Oh, bro,
or
hold
their
up,
good track is carried down by a
hold
sick
up,
drum
hold up.
solo.
Hold up. This island is flowing with its percussion. Like, Shelby, Dromedary, Sigrap. No. This island should have the little percussions like Shrub. Scops, Drumpler.
Yo, I'd be down.
This island, Noggin, this odd island is simply the island.
Listen, okay. Here's the thing. I think all it needs is Drumpler, Ziggurat.
And Pango, yeah.
Drumpler and Pango carry all the heavy meat on their bones, and then Ziggurat is just the juicy fat beat for the rest of the song. Because
You know,
I think Ziggurat has the fattest like clap and like beat of like. I think he's the best one when it comes to that regard. Just it's like big juicy. It's so perfect.
you know what? Screw it. Even add T-Rogs to the island, like DOF sound or
No.
not.
That
I
sounds
don't
like too
care.
much.
I mean, I could see it possibly working, but it's also kind of risky, so I'd rather just, like, Drumpler or something.
Yeah.
Just those three, I think, would be more than enough, honestly.
Yeah, but what about, we have
Okay,
to
but
put,
we're forgetting the last neutral element monster, Reedling.
oh, you know what? Fuck it. I was gonna say Dromedary, but I honestly want to tear Reedling down. I want Reedling. I'm going to punch and kill. I hate
First things
Reedling.
first, what's with his texture? Sarah got that out of the way. Now we can shit on the sound.
Guys.
What?
Him missing a note is so cute. It adds so much personality.
Don't you dare!
Thanks,
Don't you
against
dare
wall.
tell me he's doing the same thing again, and I never noticed it. Please,
Please
Olivia.
look, it's
Olivia, please.
personality.
No, that better be our.
Remember how? Uh-oh.
Funny.
Oh, there we go. Guy, remember when Abed said Entbrat does something not Entbrat and it adds personality but in a good way?
Yeah.
Reedling on this island is how to add personality in the worst awful what are you doing way I could possibly imagine.
But at the same time, I can't blame Reedling. Reedling could go on Cloud Island, but the way they made it, I think Reedling should have had come in late in game.
Olivia,
Yeah.
I think you're throwing with that analogy because you only did halfway. But I think my entire statement about Endbrock works reversed for Reedling, like including not being Reedling at all, because Reedling, his entire thing is single notes, just that's Reedling, and
Yeah.
this is like, yo, what if he did long held notes?
Actually, can I just make a little rant on this whole Year Singing Monster podcast thing?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, here's a
Sure.
little thing. Okay, for this Reeling, I can agree with you guys, but I feel like you guys went a little too harsh on Reeling in the past, except for the
What
Fire
island did we do?
Firehaven.
Haven. But I was what? No, what the hell? But then you pointed out the one note thing I noticed. I was like, oh, come on. I say you guys tear Reedling. You say Reedling does nothing, but from the start of MSM, I see Reedling as the chord monster, the only chord monster that's not chorister.
No, listen, if the freaking people vote for an island that Reedling's actually good on, I'll take my time to make Reedling sound good because I like Reedling on the old islands. It's just on the new islands, Reedling is fucking ass.
Indeed.
He's good on continent, though.
Indeed.
Sure.
I still see Reedling as like the chord monster, like the monster that like does like little chords and stuff.
Yeah, and that's why it sucks on this island, because it does long notes.
Melody, what are you? Earth Island, but worse.
Earth Readling is sick, and this Readling again is just the opposite of Readling because it's just a long held notes. It's like, God, no, stop! I don't want to hear this.
Especially since for some reason they mixed it ungodly loud.
And it's not even interesting. It just does the same thing as Tweedle and Entbrow.
It is an interesting counter melody. I think it's interesting as like a small counter melody that you notice, not as the main melody on long notes on an instrument that doesn't like long notes well.
Yeah, if you mix it down to where it's not the
Reedling
loudest
is a
ever.
monster that is filled with like good ideas, but then it's bogged down by like 3 awful, awful mistakes.
And
You know what?
ever since I realized that BOF is like kind of bad, I've always been like dreaming for like a new island to come to like save Dawn of Fire songs.
That'd be swag, but then they'd have to do something for Dawn of Fire.
Yeah.
Listen, here's the thing. The biggest thing with Reading is that his composition is good, but it's well. Besides if you remove the missed note, and his composition is good, but I think it would sound way better if it was on an ocarina instead.
Yeah, but there's not an ocarina on this island. I wish there was one, though.
If only there was.
Guys, wait a minute.
Huh?
Oh, you're...
Incisor.
Yo! Oh yeah! Wait.
Bye,
Did
I'm
you just
done.
Say, did
Bye,
you just
guys.
say?
I quit.
Did you just say? Did you just say Incisor?
Yeah, he does.
We have to talk
Listen,
about him.
Incisor
He
is
does.
how I spell Krillby.
Oh.
Incisor, I want to die. I want to burn him.
Okay. Here.
Okay,
This,
let's talk
this
about
is
Krillby though.
No! I want to talk about
Okay,
Incisor.
Why?
Because I want to talk
So,
about
Chile,
Incisor.
you said Incisor. We're doing Incisor now. Now, here's what I have to say about Incisor. Incisor. The
What
day
was that?
Incisor was added was the day Cloud Island was officially dead. Like, no, seriously, what the hell? What the hell is this monster? Okay, fiber slap.
grinds my gears.
Yeah, you know what grinds my gears? Incisor on Cloud Island. Like, it's literally, it's a fiber slap, a simple sound. It just goes. How could you mess that up? Oh, simple. By just playing it at like random parts of the song.
No, listen, look at Incisor. Look at his face. Do you think that man's got the mental
wanna-
fortitude
I
to,
wanna
like,
punch
understand
his face.
beats and rhythms?
I want to punch his face and his teeth fall off. I hate
Incisor.
this monster big time. The whole reason why I wanted to join it is just shit on Incisor.
Okay, honestly, Incisor is like in my top 10 favorite monsters because of the design, but sound wise, it is complete garbage because it just completely destroys the flow of the song by like everything's like flowing naturally and smoothly, and then it just goes to random stops or starts, just like a huge just random for no reason.
And that's
Sometimes
what
he
like
does
you're-
it. Sometimes he does it once, then he follows it up by 2. Sometimes he does it once and then follows it up by 1. Sometimes he only does 1. Sometimes he only does 2. It's completely random.
Friendly, I fear Cloud Island because I just don't know when Incisor's gonna come.
The only way to know when Incisor plays is to memorize the exact moments in which he plays.
The only time I know that I know an Incisor's coming, it's like Pom Pom, because you know why? When Pom Pom first comes in, oh, it only just does the thing once. Then, like when Pom Pom comes back, it does it 2 times. And here's the thing: Pom Pom it goes shake it to the left, shake it to the right, but now it's shake it to the left, shake it to the. That's just horse.
Incisor is deflated horse.
It's a flame my Incisor can't have shit on Cloud
Can we
Island.
make it canon that Incisor is the one that took deflated Deflorcet?
Yeah.
Yeah, he bit him.
Do me a favor and please put Incisor like in the bottom.
Listen, if they did a Vibra Slap right, I feel like it would have been really good on Cloud Island, but then they were just like, what if we don't do that?
Here's how Incisor would work. If they did the small percussions only on this island, then yeah, I would dig Incisor, but no.
He'd be just great as a Waiting for a crash symbol.
That's what a virus slap is.
That is what a fire slap is. Just that.
Just silly crash. But you know what inside would be even better on Cloud Island? If he wasn't on Cloud Island, he was on Party instead.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But he's white, and Cloud Island is white.
That's racist.
Shelby isn't white.
Yeah, but
Like
he's
how-
a drum, and Clouds play drums.
Okay, I'll give some credit for him being small. And I'll give credit.
No,
and I'll
again,
give
his
credit-
design is like amazing.
Okay, fine. I will give credit for his design. When I remember when they teased him, it was like, oh my
But
god, this
listen,
is the funniest shit ever. But I'll also give credits to the people who made predictions for adult incisor.
Yeah, but what about when Quack made his icon adult incisor and then everyone screamed?
oh, dude, that was great. Incisor's got a great design, but unfortunately, a great design doesn't stop him from being the worst monster on Cloud Island.
Yeah, you have to look like Clambo, you know what these monsters nowadays, they don't know how the sign
And then-
work.
You know, I feel like Incisor is just not enough percussion. I think we need more percussion. What if we got some taiko drums and put them on this island?
Very,
Really?
very bad taiko drums.
I gotta say, that's really fitting. Wait, hold up, guys. Did you know that there's a monster called Dromedary, and it's on this so-called Cloud Island? Now, what do you think Dromedary is like on this island?
I think
Incisor, but not as bad because you can't hear it.
I like how he went from being the loudest monster in the entire franchise to being the most like nothing percussion ever.
He doesn't have a rhythm. He feels like here's what they did. They used a randomizer to decide where Incisor plays, and then they use that same randomizer to decide just his notes in general. It's like they just like they went into a music program. They like used the paintbrush to like drag just one note across the entire thing, and they just arpeggiated it.
A bet for Incisor, they're like, hey, would it be funny if we just have 1 point for Pom Pom when it says stick it to the right, Incisor comes in?
Listen, Incisor is just again, they just like close their eyes and yeah, he comes in here, and the same thing is just for every single note Dromedary plays because it has no rhythm.
It also feels like it's that for placement too, since he just kind of comes in whenever he wants.
No, here's the thing. What he has, it's some okay. Without Incisor, it was not good, but it wasn't really bad because he just kind of came in. It's like, oh, I don't think he should come in there, but it's somewhat like you can kind of tell what he does, and you don't really know overall because he's so quiet.
Just
And then Incisor like just somehow made him so much worse and made it so much harder to like. It's like just constant things coming in and leaving. It's like you're at like the crossroads of every single train.
And with Incisor and with Dromedary on this island, it makes it look like Shelby was meant to be on this island because like really Echo Drums, Cloud Island.
Okay, listen, I'll give them credit where credit's due. Having taiko drums on Cloud Island is like really clever because taiko drums are connected to Raijin, the Japanese god of thunder and lightning. And where do thunder and lightning come from?
Caves.
The clouds.
The caves.
It doesn't make sense song-wise, but it makes sense like instrumentation-wise.
I could see it working if it wasn't this.
Here's a little experiment, guys. Mute shell beat. Tell me how it sounds like the full song, including Dromedary, but no shell beat, and tell me in the comment how it is.
Doesn't sound good.
It doesn't sound good, but you know what? Weirder things have worked.
Here's the thing. Here's what you do. Shell beat, nope. Dromedary, yes. Just make it, an actual sounding taiko. Then, yeah, that's your main percussionist right there.
Nah, they took all of their dromedary energy and put it into Continent, and then after that they were just like, crap, the update ships out in like 4 hours. What do we do for Cloud Island?
Oh my god,
Let's just do this.
I can't tell the difference with Dromedary on Continent or Cloud Island. Oh,
Okay, Dromedary on Continent actually does something, and then Dromedary on Cloud doesn't. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's also known as almost killing Pango.
Oh wow, I just looked at the list. I think we've done all the monsters, guys.
Ah, yeah, that's true.
Dang, that really was all 19 monsters.
19?
Okay.
We only did 18 though.
No, right. I was
Really,
accidentally
Ryan.
including Prismatic Pom Pom.
Oh,
Really,
it's not
Ryan.
even out yet, is it?
No, but it's in
Yeah.
the book.
Okay, guys, well, that's
okay,
it,
guys.
guys.
You know what? Actually, I'm gonna be honest. Since people have heard it in the live streams before, let's just talk about the pizzicato. You can like hear it. You know what it does.
No.
I'm excited for the Pizzicato.
And
Me
Olivia, it's better. It's better to talk about it now than having.
You know what? That's a
40
good
people.
point. I'm just going to assume its design is great because Dawn of Fire designs are always great, but I don't want it to exist because I'm excited for what it does on Continent, but I've heard what it does on Cloud, and I can't get behind it.
I
Listen,
don't
it's just
care about it.
listen. I think it's gonna be fine because it's an excuse to mute Reedling.
You know what? That's fair.
Here's the thing. I feel like the best thing to do for Cloud Island now is just make nothing sound. So I say the pizzicato does that right.
Yeah,
Listen, it's definitely not going to be the worst, but I very doubt it's going to be the best.
it seems good though.
It's going to be good at most.
Big Blue Bubble, hey, Big Blue Bubble. Are we gonna get a new fire monster soon? Got him.
You got him.
I'm gonna prank Big Blue Bubble.
Alright.
Okay, now
I'm
let's talk
gonna-
about overall thoughts on the song.
You know, it's not that good. It's not good.
Okay, here's the thing. You know why I actually do Cloud Island instead of Incisor?
Mwah.
You like it?
The thing is, I liked Cloud Island when it first came
Oh.
out. It was like the main attachment of Dawn of Fire to me. It's the whole reason why I kept playing it. I was like motivated from Cloud Island. Listen, even though Cloud Island's like now, Cloud Island has always stayed to me as like a good, important island in my head.
Listen, I agree with you. I love original Cloud Island. Like, original Cloud Island. Not, like, take Cloud Island and then put Pango in it, and then I think it's... And Snazer.
No, take Pango and Brat.
Yeah, okay.
And-
Pango, Snazer, and Brat, you know, the good additions. And then...
And you know what? Snizer and Pezzicato.
Hopefully. But then, like, it's got Plant Island, where it's like, wow, this song is great.
And
Not
Plant
anymore.
Plant Island before Plant Island. And everyone was no. Here's the thing: everyone is like out here saying like, "Oh my God, Cave Island! It got completely trashed." I say Cloud Island's just the one.
Oh yeah, Cloud Island. I mean, it's like a fight between Cloud Island and Space Island for the island that got like the most butchered.
Okay,
I think it's Cloud because it's genuinely
Listen,
unlistenable.
here's the thing.
Yeah, fair
Space
enough.
Island doesn't have Incisor. Incisor's the nail in the coffin. So it's Cloud Island that got butchered.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Okay, here's the thing. It's like here's what happened with Cloud Island. Okay, they were like, bro, what if we like actively just took everything good out of the song? So they added more noise. They're like, hey, Octopus, he got a verse. Let's get rid of that. And then afterwards, they went, bro. And then afterwards, they like completely. And then afterwards, they're like, you know what? This isn't good enough. We need some noise, like actual noise. So then we got what is going to be our bottom three, and you'll see that later. And then they just, it's like they added riff to Cave Island, but to this island, except the entire song instead of just one verse.
To think that Cloud Island had a theme that just got
Dude,
completely down the drain.
Was-
Yikes!
original Cloud Island was great. Soundtrack Cloud Island is amazing. Medley Cloud Island is godlike. Current Cloud Island is a
Unlistenable.
dumpster. It is like one of the worst songs in the entirety of MSM.
Yeah. Sorry,
It is
guys.
definitely the worst song in Dawn of
The
Fire.
fact-
I will be the one to apologize for Cloud Island ending up like this. No one else will.
Okay, and then also, one thing with how this works, like we rank the songs, we put them in a tier. We have to consider based on the most recent one. So Cloud Island with Dromedary and Insights, or like listening, like that's a song I don't want to listen to. So, like I don't even know what I'd give it out of 10.
Uh, well, we'll figure that out later.
I'll just give it I'll give it a 4 out of 10 just
I'll give
because
it
the
a
song
2.
was a song back then.
I'll give it a 3 since it was good at one point.
Give it some credit for being a song back then.
I'll give it a 4.
So yeah, that's Cloud Island.
Yeah, I
So,
also give it a 2 because yeah, you
But
glossed
wait,
over me on that one.
what do you say about the special guest?
Thanks for nerd. Thanks, Hex, for joining us this
Don't
podcast.
vote. Everyone votes for what you vote, so don't vote.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what, guys? I'm being honest. Don't vote for Bone Island. Vote for Inferior Island, but I know you're gonna vote for Bone Island this time.
Anyway, that's
I think
Cloud
that's it.
Island.
Wait, I just realized something.
What?
We never talked about Krillby.